No, this is my beautiful village Tingitam, and this is the ground which I started playing my football, if you can see that, and just behind that is the school, Sanganath Tingitam Sanganath School. Those days we had only till class 5. I think now it's gone up to become high school, which is still class 10. So I think I studied here for 5-6 months initial, then I was put into boarding from very young age. But this is where I spent my childhood, in Tingitam, playing football in the ground. You can hear the birds, the sound of the birds. Grew up listening to, the birds and environment, and in beautiful surroundings. So yeah, that's how I spent it. Football came in because when you obviously are born in Sikkim, you only are surrounded by one sport, that's football, and everywhere you go in any villages or anywhere, everybody is only playing. So from the time I grew up, in Tingitam, there's only one game that was played, football, and we used to have a lot of village tournament within, differently within the village as well. There were teams from that portion of village, this portion. So, and my father obviously was a panchayat those days, so he used to organize quite a bit. And that's how I used to go watch village tournament, and that's how I think I grew up liking the sport and started playing as well.
So right le, right खुट्टा ले मात्रै, go अब left ले लानु, left ले, control मा ball हर समय control में राख्नु पर्यो.
गर्ल्स को भोलि पर्सि हामीले प्र्याक्टिस सन्डे राख्यौँ न, आउनु सक्छ? सन्डे त छुट्टी छ नि त, हैन? टिम सेपरेटली, कोही बेला सेपरेटली, कोही बेला यो सासानुहरुसँग म्याच खेल्दा भयो नि त. सिकाउने कोचले कसले सिकाउँछ नि त? आफै हैन, आज्ञा बुक्देलले सिकाइदिन्छ नि त. ल तर चाहिँ अब कोही छैन भने आज्ञा बुक्देलले पनि गरिदिन्छ. बुक्देल उहाँहरुको कोच म्याच छ नि भोलि चाहिँ एउटा. ल थ्यांक यू. ल अन्त यहाँ बुक्देलहरु उहाँहरुकोमा बलहरु हुन्छ, जहिलेसुकै ट्रेनिङ गर्दा भयो नि. The connectivity was very challenging. In fact, when I started going to boarding school, we had no road. So we had to wake up early in the morning at 4, get ready within half an hour, then walk another 1.5, 2 hours minimum to catch the first bus which used to come from a town called Namchi.
So this is the road I used to walk when I was a kid. Obviously, this was where we traveled all this dangerous road. We used to go to sell ginger in Resi Bazaar, which is down there, and we used to go early in the morning, and by evening we used to be back selling our ginger as childhood when I came back for vacation. So, but right now, not many people use this road because the motorable roads have come, so they try and go by cars now, and that's why you see the roads are still the old roads which we used to walk quite a lot. Now is quite bad in the sense the grasses have grown, so you can see that not many people are walking through this road. But yeah, it was beautiful, nice, looks a little dangerous, but for us as a kid it was easy. But now when I have to walk now, I find this road quite dangerous looking at it as well.
We did not have electricity then also. When I was as a kid, we grew up just in this, and I don't think we had any complaint, or we had any we did not feel anything about. We just loved the way it was.
त्यो बेला बाटो थिएन, यहाँ बुहारीमा हुँदा बाटो थिएन. हामी यिनीहरूलाई चाहिँ बोकेर हामी माथि दामथाङ, तपाईँ दामथाङ चिन्नुहुन्छ? हामी दामथाङसम्म योलाई चाहिँ बोकेर लान्थ्यो. सानो थियो, उसको दाजु चाहिँ हिँडेर जान्थ्यो, यिनीहरू चाहिँ बोकेर लान्थ्यो. हामीले स्कुल जाँदा सानै थियो, बोकेर लान्थ्यो. बोकेर माथि पुर्याए, त्यहाँदेखि उताबाट आउने बसमा जान्थ्यो हामी उता पाक्यौँ.
What is this? This is usually made for plowing the field with ox. So you've got 2 ox in the front, and this is how this has been pulled. बाँध्नु लगाउनु यहाँ हेर अब जोत्दैछ यसरी गर्नुपर्छ यो सिक्नु पर्यो यसरी पहिला हामी सानोमा यसरी नै पिठो बनाउँथ्यौँ मकैको I think it's great because I grew up in this beautiful village, you know, with forest around, greenery around, beautiful Kanchenjunga right in front of you, and with, you know, wonderful people in the village as well. And I moved to boarding school at a very early age when I was 5, 6. So I think 80, 81 onwards I went to boarding school. After that, 20, 22 years I was out of Sikkim, lived in Calcutta, lived in England, lived in Malaysia. So seen all that experience, played football with the blessing of everyone in Sikkim. I got a little bit success in football as well. So after my retirement, I feel very, very happy to come back and do something back to my village in Tingitam, so that people all across India and the world could come and experience our village lifestyle and enjoy the environment, the greenery, beautiful people of Tingitam, and also our food habits. So from boots back to the roots.
एक घन्टाको काम मात्रै थिए 4 घन्टा ऊ चाहिँ हामीसँग आए बिक्री नगरिकन नहुने रहेछ हैन बिक्री गर्नै पर्छ बिक्री कसरी गर्नु पर्छ वर्ल्डमा पुगेर उहाँको टेन्सन के थिए टार्गेट दिनु उहाँको कम्पनीले तिमीले चाहिँ यति टाइममा चाहिँ यति सामान चाहिँ बेचिदिनु पर्ने नसक्ने काम चाहिँ दिइहाल्यो उले बुझाएर गरेर जसरी भयो भने नराम्रो चीजलाई पनि बेच्नु लगाउने
आउँदै गएछ मसिनो हुँदै जान्छ एकदम क्लियर हुँदै गएपछि बुझ्दै जानुहुन्छ कि तपाईले ए त्यो बनिँदैछ
म किन हामी साबुन दिनै पर्छ यहाँ होमस्टेमा हैन आफै पनि किन्नुपर्छ म किन बजारको साबुन किन्नु
त्यो भइदिनु हामी खेती गरिराखेको छु हामीले त्यो एकदम त्यो चराहरू बिउ छोड्ने टाइममा बिउ छोड भन्ने चरा आएन भने हामी बिउ छोड्छौँ न हामी बिउ छोड्छु नि हैन काट्ने बेला त्यसरी काट्छु कति बेला अहिले घरलाई चाहिँ त्यो भेन्टिलेसनमा त्यो दबाई हस्पिटलमा गएर दबाई पानी गर्नुपर्छ हैन लास्टमा जिउँदैन पनि माथिबाट भेन्टिलेसन लगाउनु पर्छ त्यो एसी भन्ने चाहिँ भेन्टिलेसन
I think it's very sad and unfortunate that's happening, and I think it's also got to do a lot with awareness. But at the same time, if you look at the house, behind me, you don't see this kind of house even in my village much now. I think this is only 1 or 2 houses which we have, and these are used as threads. So when this has been laid, then you put it there, and with this bamboo thing which is there, if you look at this thing, see all this one are all used as thread to tie the bamboo and the roof together. If you see this is called doko. Now it's made completely out of bamboo. This is such an important thing in villages because everything from if you go to jungle, you get grass for domestic animal, you want to carry some stones for building your house, anything, firewoods. So they have this something called namlo, which is a thread made. So you tie it around and then you carry it in your head. So it's easier. So you put it like that, and then you carry it here, and then your load is inside, and then you take that. Obviously people prefer to go with much more materials that last them longer. But it's only about, I think, educating them right, and even these materials which they're using, it is all eco-friendly, and that can be lasted much longer
if done it in a right way. So I think that awareness and education has to be brought, but at the same time I think it's important to preserve that, you know, culture, that heritage, your, you know, your costume in terms of dresses what you wear as your own community, which are I think getting lost quite a bit.
सिकेर हुँदैन
हजुर
सिकेर हुँदैन
हजुर
जस अब मेरो यो नाति भो उसले सिकेर हुँदैन
So what he's saying is, you know, to become bijwa or a witch doctor, you don't learn, you have to be inborn, and with that power you start practicing and becoming it. So it is some blessing which you are inborn नै भएर जन्मेर नै आउनु पर्यो. Without learning you can't do much. लाल छ
यो खोकीहरु लाग्यो भने यहाँ आउँछ
So it's important that now, especially the younger generation, I think if we can teach them and make them aware of it, I think would really help, just not for tourism but also preserving your own art, culture and heritage.
Natural match. Given to you by nature.
Trying to give back to the youths. You know, we want to give the self-respect back to the youths. We want them to come as a self-reliant individual, not dependent on anyone.
ठिकै छ तपाईले खोल्नु भयो होमस्टे राम्रै भयो तर के हो होमस्टे फिलोसफी के छ होमस्टेको यो कुराहरु तपाईले बुझ्नु पर्यो
चाहिँ हामी यही आफै खेती गरेर यता जंगलबाट छानेर हाम्रो खाना चाहिँ बेसिक निड्स हाम्रो डाइरेक्टली हामी आफै गर्दैछु आफै प्रोड्युसर आफै कन्ज्युमर आफ्नो बीचमा हामी आफै गर्दैछु भन्ने पनि चाहिँ हामी एउटा सस्टेनेबल सोसाइटी हो गाउँमा.
पहिला त तपाईलाई धेरै धन्यवाद आइदिनु भएकोमा. आज हाम्रो यो जुन मिटिङ गर्दैछौँ हामीले एउटा सस्टेनेबल डेभलपमेन्ट भिलेजेसमा स्पेशली हाम्रो कन्सेप्ट एउटा गुरुबासको हामीले निकालेको छौँ. त्यो हामी एक्ट एसोसिएसन अफ कन्जर्भेसन टुरिज्मसँग मिलेर यो गर्दैछौँ. हामीलाई चाहिँ यहाँ टुरिस्टहरू आओस्, हाम्रो गाउँ देखोस् र गाउँको गाउँलेहरू कम्युनिटीहरू इन्भल्भ होस् यो टुरिज्ममा र एक रात यहाँ आएर बसेर नेक्स्ट डे बुद्ध पार्क अर्को दिन चारधाम त्यस्तो जाने नगर्ने उहाँहरू आएर 3-4 दिन गाउँमै बसोस् र गाउँको जुन चाहिँ इन्भाइरोमेन्ट छ, गाउँको लाइफस्टाइल छ र गाउँमा जे हाम्रो गुरुहरू हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूले सिकाउनु सक्नुहुन्छ धेरै कामहरू त्योहरू उहाँहरू टुरिस्ट आएर हाम्रो यो लाइफस्टाइल सिकोस्. यहाँ आएर चाहिँ कोहीले हाम्रो यहाँ कामहरू सिकोस् जस्तै चित्र बुन्ने, बाँसको र अरू कामहरू जे गर्नु सकिन्छ.
हामीले कसरी यो टुरिज्मलाई मिनिङफुल बनाउने, कन्जर्भेसन एन्ड टुरिज्मलाई इकोनोमिकली मात्रै नहेरेर यसलाई मिनिङफुल बनाउनु इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ.
Sikkim today has become one of the most tourist destination state, but what I'm really scared is I think because it's become too commercialized and people are just trying to build concrete after concrete. Sikkim is known to be an organic state, and I think people like my own the Agya Anom Achutempo, who is known as Achutempo, is one of the biggest organic farmers here in my village in Tingitam. And I think why we've become an organic state is because people like him who keeps working very hard and use completely organic stuff to grow our vegetables. And I think now people are looking at getting good quality food, fresh air. So something like a village where people can get your pure organic product to come and eat. And at the same time, I think for us, we being in this place, Tingitam, which is my village, we would also want to share our village lifestyle to the rest of the country. And I hope they go on
and teach the people from the city areas to be sustainable, which is very, very important. Obviously with development, yes, everybody would require development, but I think if we can have a sustainable development, would be something very, very good, just not for us but our future generation.
Gurubas is a concept of sustainable destination management. We look forward to the knowledge that our traditional gurus, a wonderful farmer, extraordinary shepherd, the shamans, and all the people who have been living sustainably with nature. We want to open up these classrooms to the world. We want people from across the country and the world to come and learn these processes of sustainable living that has been traditionally been into our Indian villages, and to learn more about how to keep the air, the water and the soil in its pure form.